at that time again at the beginning of the season where we welcome some new players and we also say goodbye to some others, and a little bit of surprise in the bank account as well. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bolton Save. It is season 4, second season in the Championship. We did well last season, we just missed out in the playoffs in the semi-final stage. But if you try and ignore this left-hand side where the table is, we've already played a few games, unbeaten, but we've drawn all 3 games, so there's a little bit of a spoiler, and we did win 1 game in the Carabao Cup. But first of all, we do say goodbye to a few good players. We've had no choice, they've had to go, and also we welcome some new ones as well. So let's get straight off players that we have brought in. Jordy Casper is the first one. We picked him up quite cheap. I think it was very, very cheap actually. 73,000 from Le Mans in the National in France League. He's played all in France actually. And he's a reasonably very, very good player. He's Angolian, 5'8", right wing back. And yeah, look at them stats. They're not bad at all, are they? Agility is the only standout quality there, but his physicals look amazing. He's got great acceleration, dribbling, crossing even as well. So that's what we're probably wanting a wing back as well. He's got good work rate and determination's not too bad either. But other than that, he's pretty not bad at all. He's our second best right back to Ethan Laird. So with a 3-star ability with the potential of 3.5, so he's almost there. 25 years old. We couldn't go for youngsters because we just needed something to some experience in the side, and that's what we've gone to this season. Next one is Finlay Kearney, another right back. Stats not quite all there, but he's got a lot of green in there. Physicals look absolutely amazing, and surprisingly he is our 4th choice right back. We did secure some of our loanees back, but maybe we should not have done, just to give these youngsters a run out as well. 18 years old, 2.5 star, rising up to 4.5. I mean, determination and physicals look off the charts. First touch is great as well. Work rate is even better. It's 5'10" as well. And he's quite resolute apparently. Terry Taylor, we did secure him from Wolves for 100 grand. Centre midfield, and also he can play centre back as well if we needed to. And we used him last season as well, but again stats wise look very, very good as well. He's a 7th choice midfielder. I'm not so sure what choice he is at centre back, but again a very nice rounded player. 100 grand from Wolves, and I think he'll have the pedigree. He's only played 5 games for us so far, but I think he'll fit in quite nice as well. This one I'm very proud of. David Milinkovic. What a name. Other stats wise, it doesn't say otherwise though, does it really? Aggression and the physicals look all there as well. He's got great crossing, dribbling, first up is fantastic, finishing is not bad either actually, and he's proved himself on a couple of occasions in the friendlies as well. He could play right and left. We did have a quick look at him last season. I think we got him fairly cheap, 35 grand. I wasn't going to argue with that, from Bristol Rovers. And I think he played 18 games for them, 2 goals, and he's already scored a goal for us in the 2 games we've played already. 28 years old, probably at the higher end of the players that we want to sign, but again we're going for more experience this time. We want to secure ourselves and then just bring the youngsters in gradually, because it wasn't particularly working last season, especially towards the end where they just kind of got a little bit tired really, and we lost games where we shouldn't have done. Nathan Turney is the next one though, from Arsenal as well. Not a bad player. Again, left and right. Well, it can play either side. I mean, that is one of the traits that we were looking for. But look at that crossing, 14, acceleration and pace is absolutely fantastic as well. Fitness, not too bad I guess, but again another one that can play left and right. We pick him up for 150,000 though. Arsenal weren't going to let him go for anything less than that, so it was a little bit disappointing for them to do that, but it's got good technique as well. I didn't notice that before. Again, he's already played a few games for us as well with a goal, and he's got 4 assists as well, so even better. But at the moment, 2-star ability, 4-star potential. I think he can grow into it very, very quickly, and again it was cheap. Another one from Arsenal, Jordan McEneff. We tend to use him out on the right wing actually, to be fair. We're not using an attacking midfielder as such at the moment, only when we're absolutely desperate, so we can fit into that role pretty well. But again, stats wise speak for themselves. Acceleration is fantastic there, and pace. I mean, he can literally motor, and that's why we've been using him down the right hand side. Crossing's not too bad, but he's got a good determination at 13 as well. But like I say, he's played a few games for us already. Yeah, he's not doing too bad for us. He's scored 3 goals for us in the friendlies and assist as well. But 21 years old, I think it's quite a good steal. We do pick ourselves up another striker there, Yamal Hector Ingram. He's English. He's with us now. 2.5 star, potential 3.5. Stats wise, not too bad. He is our second best striker at the club at this present moment in time. He's played a few games for us as well without luck at the moment, but he's got good pace and acceleration. Finishing's pretty good as well, but apart from that, he needs to grow into it. At 23 years old, there weren't that many great strikers out there, so it was more or less best out of a bad bunch, really, to be fair. But he's not done too bad. 4 goals for Northampton. He's been at Derby, West Ham. He's got a little bit of experience in this division as well. Right winger. This guy is pretty darn quick. Ex-Man City player, this one. We do manage to snap him up. And £700 a week as well. Potential 5-star right winger. Look at them stats and the acceleration, pace and even natural fitness. He's going to be running up and down that line without ever getting tired. And his finishing's quite a lot to be desired, but really we brought him in for the crossing. He's had a few games for us already, and he was at Man City. Then he went over to Norway, had a couple of games, and he's been with us. So not really proven as yet, but we're hoping to get the best out of him. 20 years old, a long way to go as well, and he is probably our best right winger at this present moment in time. He's 6'1" as well, which I don't know whether that's a good thing or not, running up and down the line. It might be, might not be. Tom Solanke is our next player. We bring him from West Brom. So West Brom go up from last season. He didn't really feature that often, but he can play midfield, defensive midfield and defender as well. Mentals look pretty good as well. Physical's not too bad. He's got good marking, passing technique, and his work rate and determination is pretty good as well. But at 6 foot, has he got a big jumping reach? I'm sure he must have. Bat 9, okay, it's not too bad. But he's played a game for us at the moment, and yeah, coming from West Brom, he had that promotion from last season from West Brom as well, so at least we don't have to play them again this season. And this one we bought this guy Dan Enelundulu. I just can't get over these stats. I mean, look at them physicals, they look pretty good. He does come in as our best forward at the moment. He's scored a few goals for us already in the friendlies, and he's already got one in the league as well. And acceleration, pace and what have you. I mean, they're all in the greens, 14 plus. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Apart from agility and balance, but he can learn from that as well. He is 5'11" as well, so he can be used as a target man. But more or less a pressing forward on attack. He's got good finishing as well, 11. As long as he's in the double figures, that's fine by me. But I'm still unsure whether to go 2 up front or just have him playing on his own at the moment. So it's pretty undecided. But like I say, 175,000 though from Southampton, I think it is. We had a very good season for Bristol Rovers last season, 10 goals and 35. I'm just hoping that we can develop him more and he can score a few more than that as well. So hopefully he's going to be one of our star strikers. As long as he can put the ball in there, goes without saying, doesn't it? We'll do pretty well. Harry Lewis comes in. He is our first choice goalkeeper, up to 5. Well, potential ability is 4.5, but I'm sure he can go a little bit higher than that. He does come in as our best goalkeeper, ahead of Boss in the Box, Liam Bozin, and a couple of the other youngsters as well. But aerial reach 15, decision making and determination is great. Rushing out, tendency to come over time to react to through balls and crosses, it's not too bad. But apart from that, his mentals and physicals look really good, and he's 6'3" as well, so he's tall, so he should be able to command that box like Liam does. But 24 years old. From, I wanted to say Man City then, but again from Southampton, another young player from Southampton. We tend to raid him a little bit, but he played for Halifax, 42 goals in 34. He's not had a very good start so far, 4 goals in 3, but like I say, we are unbeaten. I'm not too concerned about that just yet, but apart from that, I think he'll do pretty well. Hayden Coulson, our left wing back. Again, we wanted somebody on the right, now we've got somebody on the left as well. and he is our third choice on the left hand side. Not bad physicals, they're okay. Determination and agility is the only thing that really stands out, but his work rate is pretty good as well. He's 5'8" as well, so he's not the smallest of the bunch, but he is darn quick as well. Pace and acceleration is great stuff. Again, played a few more games for us as well, and we pick him up from Middlesbrough. We didn't really think we could get hold of him, but we managed to get him on a free, so we weren't going to knock it back at all. But only at £2 a week, it's not too bad either. And like I said, we have got money in the bank, so we might as well use it. Reece Cole is another one. Yes, we've been buying players left, right and centre. He's just comes in at under £3 a week. Current ability 3-star to 4-star potential, but again another one in midfield, and mentals and physicals and technicals are pretty good as well. 5'10", probably one of the tallest ones in midfield, but he can play Mazzara, DLP, roaming, advancing. In fact, he can play virtually anything in that area you want him to. He's played a game for us now. He's settling in rather nicely, and hopefully we'll get a good look at him as well. 24 years old, so you would expect his stats to be a little bit better than that, but you know what, I'm pretty happy with that. If we ever get to the if we get promotion to the Premiership, can we see these guys up in their game? I really don't know, but he's got good passing there. I think that's the only thing that stood out there. Is in the middle, can pass the ball around. I'm happy with that. Another midfielder, Alex Robertson, and we have got him from Man City, I think it was, 100,000. Yeah, we spent a little bit of money, not loads. We didn't shell out loads of cash, but we do pick up a couple of ones that we couldn't get hold of free, so we had to pay something. And you know what, we're not paying that much out, but he's played 23 games for Hull, scored 1 goal, 1 assist, 6.75. As you can see, he's already played for a game for us already at 6.9, so he's improving all the time. But stats wise, look at that, acceleration and natural fitness and pace look great. Decision making and first touch is good. Vision and technique, so he is going to pass the ball around. And at 19, I think he can improve one hell of a lot. He can play advanced attacking midfielder as well, which is even better for us. So if we do play that role, he can fit in quite nicely as well. Reece Devine, we were looking at him before last season from Man United, and we do manage to bag him. He is our second best left back, or probably our best left back, because Ethan Laird is really on the right hand side. So we've got 2 Man United full backs, which is great. Yeah, there's a theme. We're going to the Manchester clubs. Only the youngsters though. We can't afford to get the first teamers in. But yes, acceleration again and pace. That seems to be the standout quality for these youngsters. 20 years old, and mentals aren't too bad. Decision making, determination though I am a little bit worried at, but his work rate and teamwork is pretty good as well. But he's 6'1". I didn't realise that. 6'1" for a left back, but he can play wing back, full back, and pretty every other back as well. George Tanner is another one that we bring in. A right back as well. We just want to people the left and right back. That sort of seems what we've all been doing instead, really. We fell short last season where we fell short of left backs. We don't want to make the same mistake again, but work rate is the standout quality here. He's got good determination. It's in the double figures at least anyway, but mentors are all there as well. He is coming in at our right best third choice right back, behind Gasper and Ethan Laird. Ethan Laird, he is going to get a few games this season, but I really want to put these other youngsters in there instead, because we're not going to have these players literally there all the time unless we bring them in. But I don't think we're going to be able to afford Ethan Laird. He's already into the millions. But George Tanner comes in from, it was originally at Man United, then he went to Derby. We got him from Derby on a free. Okay, played 41 games for Morecambe, 2 goals, 2 assists and 1 man of the match. And that's not too bad going at all. He hasn't played for us as yet, but there is time. Mads Bidstrup, Danish, in the centre midfielder, DLP, an advanced playmaker centre. I mean, look at these stats. I mean, he is going to be just like our Shenton is. And I'm hoping to, well, either or can play, or they can play together, I'm hoping as well. So both DLPs, advanced playmakers, and that Shenton's really come about as well. I mean, he is our top midfielder at the moment. I was going to let him go because he is on a lot of money, and before we let a few people go, he was on one of the cards to go. But I'm glad we're going to hang on to him as well. Between him and Bidstrup, it's going to be making quite a good team in midfield. I mean, I just can't get over these stats. Determination 16 and teamwork and work rate is very good as well. Finishing touch is brilliant. Passing quality and technique even better, and physicals. Wow, it looks really good at 21 years old. Who can argue? We bring him from Leipzig for 230,000. What a bargain! Leipzig bought him for 1.8. They didn't really utilise him, but we've already let him have a game already, and he's played a 7.5. Right, this is all our players we brought in. The majority of the ones that we did not see are all in our under 18s and under 23s. 875,000 money we have spent. If there's any of the others that we will use, then we will go have a look at his stats as and when if we use them. But yeah, we did bring in an awful lot of players. We sell about 8.5 million though, and we'll go through that now. There's a lot of players out on loan just to reduce our wage bill a little bit. And the first buy that we see, if we have a look from the top, Josh Emmanuel, he's gone to Bristol City for 2.6 million. We had to let him go in the end. He was earning quite a little bit of money. Same with Politics as well, 2 million to Portsmouth. Not as much as I really liked, but 2 million all the same. Jordan Boone, he's gone to Brentford. We tried to use him. We let go of Bunny. Thought Jordan Boone would do the job, but he wanted to go instead. He didn't want to sign another contract, so we had to let him go. But Brentford, 1.8 million, which isn't too shoddy at all. And Eddie Brown, he's gone to Udinese for 1.7. A lot of teams wanted him for around about 300,000. I wasn't going to let him go for that much. 1.7 in the end. He was valued at 2.3 million. But his goal scoring prowess is not the best. He scored 31 goals for us, but very sporadically. 12 last season, 4 before, and 15 the season before. That seemed to be the best season there, and he just didn't really do an awful lot since then. So we'll see what he's like in Italy. We'll follow him and see what he's like. In fact, I'll just put him on the shortlist just to see what he does. But yeah, he's gone to Udinese, 1.7, so there's no love lost there though, to be perfectly honest. Karen O'Hara, he's gone as well. We tried to let him go for quite a little bit of money, but in the end he conceded a lot of goals for us. 73 goals in 63 matches. Wasn't the best time with our club. 35 last season in half the games. Very disappointing. Had a good season the previous season, but yeah, I don't think he could match what life was like in the Championship. So we do say goodbye to him. And again, a lot of money off the wage budget as well. There's a couple of other youngsters. Katenja, he was sitting in under 23s. He's gone to Blackburn, and same with Luke Hutchinson, another goalkeeper this time, 150,000 to Sheffield United. But apart from that, everybody else is out on loan. Like Cameron Archer, he's gone on loan as well. And same with Ronan Darcy. Finances, let's have a quick look. Ooh, look at that, 14 million. We are going to need 14 million, mainly because of our debt. We've got 23 million left to pay, so we'll see how that goes. Our wage budget, it was around about 80,000. We have increased it due to the amount of money. We couldn't really spend the money because nobody really stood out, really, and I didn't really want to pay the money either. So, I mean, you look at our squad and wages, the most is Oliver Shenton. 5,000 with Costello just behind. Vanderberg and Ethan Laird, Levitt and Morley, we do secure their loans for another season. Starting off with the season, it's not bad. Draws and wins, that's quite good. We drew with Wigan, beat Brighton. We did beat Rochdale, draw with Crewe. We have drew with these guys, Muscron. We beat Atherton just before the league started. And then we had a couple of league games. Huddersfield 2-2. We were 2-0 down after 15 minutes. Things weren't going well at all. I was quite surprised. But goals from Shenton and Milinkovic, which we will have a quick look. We're going to have a look through the goals. We're not going to play a game today. We'll just have a quick look through the goals. Disappointing to concede goals early on in the game, but that was like within a minute, the first goal. And then they came back on 15 minutes as well. And it's another good header. And I thought, what have I done? The side, it doesn't look that bad, but we do come back into the game. Gasper with a great cross in the back, and Milinkovic in the back post. A beautiful header there. And then we get the equaliser in the 85th minute. A great break. Shenton just running down there. I did have my doubts when he went when he drew his foot back to shoot. But that's a cracking goal in the 85th minute, so we get away with a draw there. We then draw against Crystal Palace. Again, another game where we were, well, this time we were winning. We go ahead through a Jordan McEniff goal on 37 minutes. A great little finish. The cross comes in from an injured Milenkovic, which gets headed by Lundulu. And I don't think he scored for us yet in the league. But we do concede again on the back post. And Crystal Palace were all over us at that point. And we were quite lucky to get away with it. Gilgat Dias, we were having an initial look at, but 10.5 million, we just couldn't really afford him, really. We then went ahead and drew against Bristol City, our third draw on the bounce. And Dan Nlundulu, he gets our equaliser in the 76th minute. So if it's not us equalising, it's the opposition late on as well. But we do escape with a point in this game. It's a game we should have won. We went 1-0 down through a penalty. It was very disappointing just before the half-time. But Cole with a fantastic through ball to Nlundulu, which he managed to get off the tackle and slot it past the goalkeeper. I mean, I was quite pleased with that, with a 1-1. But again, another game we should have won. Then we played Stoke in the Carabao first round, and we won that on penalties. I think it was 9-8 on penalties. It was an unbelievable game. But as you saw earlier on the first page, 16th position at the moment, 3 points, 3 draws, and we're doing okay, I'm not going to lie. Norwich seem to be the team to beat at the moment. Let's have a look at the season preview. We are expected to be relegated. I don't know why, but Norwich are evens to win it. They got relegated. Same with Fulham and Bristol City. So against Bristol City, wasn't that bad a draw really in the end, but we were all over them. It was just disappointing that we couldn't beat them. But Norwich look like they're going to go ahead and win this. So it could be some time before we get promoted, but we shall see if we manage to get a couple of other teams in. Promoted are Ipswich, QPR and Sunderland, so we get to play them 3 teams yet again like we did in the first season here. I think they came straight back up, did they not? So we're going to come back for the next episode, and we're going to be playing Aston Villa, and then we're going to be playing Norwich City as well. Just trying to think if there's anything. Oh, Club Vision as well. Summarise: the board are very pleased with the overall leadership of the team. They're concerned about the finances involved, the loan out to Tachev, a deal to London. Well, as long as he scores, there shouldn't be that problem, and they're concerned about the finances regarding Eddie Brown as well. I'm not too particularly interested in that at all. We let him go, and that's the end of it. The club coach is to make the most of set pieces and play a high tempo pressing football, so they're pleased with that at the moment. The 5-year plan is to work within the budget, which we're on course, sell players before buying, and sign players to sell at a profit. Right, season then. The vision this season is to avoid relegation, be competitive in the FA Cup and reach the second round, which we have just reached, and become self-sustainable as well. So when we come back, we will be going straight into the next game in the Championship. We have got Villa, who are lying in 11th, and then we've got Norwich, who are lying top. So Premiership teams that we are going to be playing. It's going to be rather interesting, especially against Norwich. So if you enjoyed that, let me know in the comments what you think to the transfers. Is there anybody else you really think, and how best to spend this money apart from saving it for our debt. So like I say, if you enjoyed that, please pop a like on that. If you're that, see more on YouTube channel, please subscribe, and until next time guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.